should have seen Lynn's face when she read
Boom,
that.
boom, boom, boom.
What?
Peace, peace. Nah, I just started, that's all. Got a little guardian angel over my shoulder. Alright, peace, y'all. What's going on? We are in Honolulu right now, getting ready to head back to the East Coast. Just checking in with you guys. Sorry for the delay. We're 5 hours behind the normal time we broadcast. So this is about as close as I could get it, just based on us trying to get to the airport. But yeah, man, thank y'all for tuning in. We literally just finished a workshop just yesterday at the Hawaii State Art Museum. And the day before that, we had a live show there, which was crazy. But just do me a favor, if you were watching right now, just make sure you tune in. Make sure you say peace from wherever you're tuning in. Make sure you let us know where you're watching from and all that good stuff. You know what I mean? But yeah. In the meantime, let me share this link. Hey, Joshua, what's going on, man? Thanks for tuning in. All right. I see Sherm hooked you up before when he took off. Hey, yo, you're funny. Hey, what's up, Lee? Reverend, look, Lisa's here.
Yeah, no, I'm on.
Oh, you see her? All right. Yo, Hawaii's been dope, man. It's a really short trip. Unfortunately, we were affected by the weather on the East Coast. We hit really bad turbulence. Probably, sorry, we're gonna have a couple of interruptions. But yeah, we hit really bad turbulence. I don't know how many times I've flown over the years. You know, obviously with touring and everything else, it gets kind of busy. But it was hands down some of the worst turbulence ever. Like it was really, really bad. But yeah, we're here. So what else? So we were supposed to get in maybe Thursday, but we ended up getting here Friday. As quick as we got here, headed over to the venue for sound check. The show was amazing, great turnout. Because of the fact it was at an art museum, it was a combination of a fashion show, a live, live music. Shout out to Dehan, who's the drummer for Shingo 2. He did a live keyboard set, which was really great with his band, and they are amazing. You gotta turn it and yeah, so they did an amazing set. I didn't even know he could sing. He actually was singing part of his set on top of the live instrumentation. Congratulations to him, by the way, because he has a new release coming out this week. He just finished shooting the music video in New York. And we got to see a little clip in the studio yesterday when I was hanging with Shingo, who lives here. So yeah, man, it's been a lot going on. The best part about all of it just was the feedback from the people who came to the workshop. It's always a blessing to be able to hang out with fellow creatives and just put them in a position to, to provide for themselves and the ones they care about through their art. And and just show them like viable ways to make a living doing what they love doing. And so yeah, man, it was a really great workshop. But yeah, man, I hope all is well with y'all. Yeah, Shingo lives here. He's been all around the world, man. Japan. I think he lived in Tanzania at one point in time. I know he lived in London, Bay Area. And so he's been here, I believe, in Honolulu for a couple years, maybe 5 or 6 years. So we just hung out at the studio last night while he was working on some things, and then hit up the club for a little bit. Yeah, thank you, Griselda. I appreciate that. What's up, Lee? Good to see you up in here. Bernard checking in from Omaha. That's what's up. Steph, hey, what up, Steph? Mugen, peace to you. Yeah, definitely. The turbulence was really scary, just because it's one thing if it's me by myself, right? But it's another thing. I had Serenity with me. She was sitting next to me, and then I got my youngest daughter, my wife, and my mother-in-law. They're all with me. So, it's one thing when it's you got to worry about. It's another thing when you got a bunch of people who are with you, who are relying on you. So, that's a very different type of fear. So, All right, what do you think, baby? But yeah, man, what's going on with you guys? What was I going to tell y'all? Oh, some big announcements coming. First things first, confirmed the show dates that I'm doing with Shingo too. So unfortunately, I'm not doing the entire run with him. What I am going to be doing is 5 dates with him. What was it? We are in Washington D.C. on March 11th. March 12th, we're in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And then March 13th, we're in Brooklyn, New York together. And then I head to San Diego. I believe that date is, the San Diego date, I believe, is March 23rd. And then LA with Shingo and Mimi. Mimi will be in LA with us for that date. So it's going to be crazy. Again, I wish I could do more dates on the road, but you know, things got to make sense, both for him and me. And but yeah, you know, it's definitely going to be a great look. Daryl, what's going on, man? It's dope to see all the family up in here today. Ruby Bad Peace, brother. What's going on? Thank you for watching, man. You know, but yeah, trying to think more updates. Really close to finishing the T. Lucas project. You know, peace, Maeva. See you up in here. Been watching those videos of you practicing. It's been really dope. Just seeing the range of talent that you have, man. You know, we knew you were dope already, but you know what I mean, just levels. You know what I mean? Trying to think what other things. There was something else I wanted to tell y'all. Maybe y'all can figure out if when you and Shingo can collab. Yeah, we had a brief conversation. I know I'm working on my next project, and so I told him that I have a couple tracks I want to let him hear. So I got to finish up the beats I'm working on, that I'm gonna pass his way and see if he's interested. I actually just finished a beat as well that I'm considering getting Pismo on. I haven't told Pismo that yet, but Pismo, you know, obviously he can get busy with the rhymes, but he just got a great singing voice, man. Like anytime he sings on a track, it's just something to behold. And so that's my daughter screaming in the background. Years came for me. Hi, hi, Dezu. But yeah, so yeah, man, thinking about getting Pismo on to lay some vocals down on this one particular beat that I made. Finished writing another song for the album too, man. Like right before we left for Hawaii, and that track is crazy. Like it's, yo, like really, really proud of that song, man. It's trying to remember the name, what I called it. Uh, I can't remember the title. Like I wrote it and then literally started packing for Hawaii, but trust, it's great. The beat that I made for it, I think I let y'all hear before, but I think I'm gonna make some adjustments to it. You know what I mean? She co yeah, she co-signed on the Pismo joint. Yeah, word. Hey Samuel, right? I appreciate the love. Coming to Florida to do a show in July. Yo, we're gonna see if we can set it up. I already talked. Hey Lisa, that's my sister by the way. Y'all. Lisa May Reed, that's my older sister. Daryl Reed, that's my brother-in-law. Yeah, it's dope to see the family up in this joint. Peace Game Marin, that's my daughter. But anyway, we already had a conversation. I had a conversation with my homie out in Winter Park, out in Orlando, about the show in July. Hopefully going back to Orlando to do something. So you know we're gonna work it out, and I'll definitely keep everybody posted. Of course, I'm gonna let you know, Lee. It's amazing how much your music has grown, and how much you branched out since I started listening to you. Hey, Mugen, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. I think one of the scariest things, like for artists, a lot of times, especially when you get known and known for doing a certain type of music or known as a certain type of artist. Sometimes when you branch out and try different things, you know, it doesn't get received well. And so, especially with how I've been doing things over the last maybe 2 to 3 years, you know, the last album that I really kind of went above and beyond for with the whole promo was The Past is Always Present in the Future. But roughly the last few releases that I think most of the releases I put out since then, I've been intentionally just kind of not going with a publicist. I think I used a publicist for The Garden. But most of the stuff that's been happening, most of the attention that the music has been getting and other opportunities that is posted up. I mean, that is popped up has been it's been like, you know, just kind of organic, like really not me paying to get paying people to help me get exposure. It's just been, you know, like a good amount of y'all already know what's up. You know, thousands, tens of thousands, in some cases hundreds of thousands of people have heard the music, and so I just keep putting it out in hopes that the people who already know what's up hear it, and hopefully organically just continue to share it. And yeah, man, it's like I don't really concern myself with blowing up these days as much as I do just, man, like just trying to push the craft further, you know, and just get better, you know what I mean? And if the budget allows us to kind of do some promo to get it a bit more exposure, great. But like, yo, you're paying what you're paying to get exposed a lot of times does not equal out in terms of what the return is. It's not a good business model. And just as someone who's a business owner, I can tell you straight up, like there are a lot of artists who are way more popular than me, but they also have to spend a ridiculous amount more money to get more exposure, right? Like, and then when they do become like really large and pretty much at a point where exist without they could exist without like a label and really stand on their own, 9 times out of 10 they don't. So they just kind of, you know, it's but then at the same time they're complaining about different things that are happening in the industry and how people take advantage of this, that, and the third, when they're in a better position than I am, and a long list of other artists to kind of really take advantage of their situation and be making easily twice as much as they've already made off the music. And so I just find it far more cost effective, man, and I'm still able to do a lot. Still able to travel the world with my family occasionally or whatever doing this. And this is what worked for me, you know, and I'm good. So like when people hit me up like, yo man, you should be way bigger. Yo, you should be this, you should be that. Like I don't concern myself with that, man. I'm just trying to make sure I'm making music that is as dope as possible based on the resources I got. You know what I mean? And all the rest of the stuff, like it's semantics to me, for real, for real. Appreciate that, man. That's what I like about you and your music. Thank you. Appreciate that, Mugen. Look like I missed a couple comments. Hold up. It says, to stop by to say peace, safe travels. Thank you, Griselda. I appreciate it, man. Blessings to you and yours. Darnell, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Joshua says, but that song, When the Luster Fades, is so important and exactly describes you and how real the music is when it's from you in particularly. Thank you, man. Means a lot. Appreciate it. You know what I mean? Yeah, so, you know, I know normally when we go live, we talk about, you know, like different things we've been listening to, what been watching and all of that. I haven't really been listening to any new releases. Oh, I'm lying. Hold up. I'm about to link y'all with something. This is what I need y'all to do. There's an artist that I work with, and we consult. Says Oscars come on tonight. I hope Angela Bassett finally gets one. That would be dope. Yeah, I'm sad that I'm not even gonna be able to catch it. I'm literally about to be traveling from now, like, what's it? It's 3:15 here, which means it's 8 something on the East Coast. It's 8:15 right now where I live. I won't be home until like 12:30 tomorrow. So I'm gonna be traveling this whole time. So I'm not gonna be able to catch the Oscars, but definitely keep me posted. But yeah, man, I wanted to share something with y'all real quick. I got this song I want y'all to check out. Normally I would just play it in the background, but obviously I'm at the airport. Bama's don't even want to hear me talking right now, let alone playing music. So I'm gonna hit y'all with this link though. Check this out. This is a track by an artist named Do Me Right. And it's featuring Chubb Rock. All right. Yes, Chubb Rock, that Chubb Rock, right? And it's called We Don't Need. Yo, it's dope. Beat is fire. Great message. Chubb Rock drops an amazing verse. Like, that's not something that you get to say a lot of like legends from like that era like are literally still dropping like not like okay verses but really dope verses like 30 years later, you know what I mean? Some cases, you know, 20 years or 30 years later. I mean, y'all see it all the time how certain artists as they get older in the game sometimes their skills decline, but there are a few who've been taking it further, and Chubb Rock just dropped an amazing joint on this dude's song, so check this song out right here. Definitely, man, add it to your queue so you can listen to it a bit later. All right. Hey, man, I appreciate it. Zaran, thanks for the love, family. Yeah, man, I ain't going nowhere no time soon, man. Like I think for me, like I'm still doing the music, like because like yo, it's still fun. Like I said this at the show the other day. I'm like, dude, I get paid to rap for a living and make beats. You know, I love doing that since I was a kid. So it's like being paid to be a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, there's a whole lot of ugly stuff in this game, and that's part of the reason why I don't like play the game the way a lot of dudes in the industry play it. It kind of keeps my stress level down, and it keeps me grounded in what's important, what's really important, and yeah, it's just it's a blessing, man, to still be able to do it and still have fun. Because a lot of my homies, man, like artists who y'all know that I work with, like a lot of folks are not happy, are not happy doing it. And I love them, you know what I mean? And I wish they didn't feel the way they feel, but you can't even blame them just based on how this industry is. But I've just I've just decided to go about it a different way, and you know, I mean, it's not it's tough sometimes, but you can find the good in almost anything. And so I found what's good and what works for me, and I ran with it. You feel me? But yeah, man, if y'all got any questions and stuff, go ahead and ask them now. Like this ain't our regular show, so you know, I don't have the fellas with me, so we ain't gonna run super long. But like definitely, if y'all got particular questions that haven't gotten answered in the past, feel free to throw them in the mix. And also, as far as what I've been watching, yeah, man, I have to catch a couple flicks on the plane. Needless to say, it's a long ass ride. So, Miles B, peace, what's going on? I finally got to see Gemini, man. I didn't feel like it was the trash that everybody made it seem like it was. Like, excuse me. Um, I thought it was okay. Like, I didn't think it was mind blowing, right? Especially with all the hype about the technology they use. You know, because most people don't watch it on a screen that's capable of showing you exactly how crazy clear the imagery is. But like, yeah, the effects are dope. You know what I mean? But and the plot is okay. It's an action movie. So action movies are never really. I mean, I've seen maybe a handful that were complete trash, but most of the time, bare minimum, an action movie is entertaining, right? Thank you, Calvin. Appreciate it, man. But yeah, I finally got to check that out. It was cool. It was cool. Got to check out Jojo Rabbit. Jojo Rabbit was really dope. Hilarious, and they did a great job of balancing the comedy with the very serious subject matter. I thought that was dope. Also checked out Harriet finally, and I'm kind of pissed that like it did not get the support that I really feel like that movie should have got way more love than it did. Man, Harriet was dope, like really dope. You know, Harriet Tubman is a person that I think most people think they have a pretty good idea about what she's done, but like to actually see the film and them touch on different things about her that like you know, her leading like certain like her leading soldiers at war, you know what I mean, during the Civil War and stuff like that. That's something that I heard about, but I forgot like that was a part of her story and legacy as well. So it was just yeah, yo, like Tubman is just yeah. That the Harriet movie was a lot better than especially the way people didn't really like even homies in my circle who typically go see that type of stuff really had nothing to say about it or didn't see it, and so I found that really surprising. and it got to the point where I even forgot it was out. You know what I mean? So I didn't check it. But on the plane, I got to catch it. And yo, Harriet was dope. It was really, really dope. Janelle Monáe did a great job. I forget how you say the actress name who played Harriet Tubman, but she did an awesome job too. But I definitely recommend y'all checking that out. But yeah, on that note, man, last call for questions for the Q&A. And if y'all ain't got none, I'm gonna go ahead and dip and stop being antisocial. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, man. I don't know about y'all, but I'm excited for Mandalorian season 2 whenever that drops. You know what I mean? Oh, Cali up in here. That's what's up. Is you CA as in Cali or CA as in Canada? You know what I mean? Let me know, because if you in Cali, you can catch me in Shingo 2 next month. All right? But yeah, man, hey, make sure y'all don't forget to check that song out. CA as in Cali. That's what's up. Well, if you're in Southern Cali, definitely catch me in Shingo 2 next month in both San Diego or LA. All right? I think it would be dope and interesting for you to re-record Home is Where the Art Is. What are your thoughts? Wow. That's really interesting. Darnell, I'm curious to know why you want me to re-record Home is Where the Art Is. Yeah, let me know. That would be interesting. Mugen says, hey Stan, was there was this group you collab with years ago called Kiyoshi. Yeah. I think I looked them up, but can't find anything else by them. Do you know what happened to them? Where I think it was like a collab project, like a one-off type thing, and the people involved went off and did like other things. So shout out to the homie John. I gotta look up what his alias is, what he makes music under now. But he makes his own music. He raps, he produces. He's the one that produced that particular track. And the lead vocalist on that song, Danny, she does more like indie pop type stuff. But like she's really talented. She can go. You know what I mean? But yeah, but they're still making music as far as I know. But yeah, yo, that collab is one of my favorite collabs that I did. Like, I love the subject matter, I love the instrumentation and the track, just how it came together was beautiful. But you know what's crazy? That's exactly what happens. Sorry, we got radios in the back. But yo, that's exactly what happens all the time. Like, some of the best collabs that I've done almost get no burn. Like, none. I'll share it, I'll tell people what's going on, but like, it's like, if it's not certain people, like, people just don't care. You know what I mean? Everyone, instead of checking these like collabs that instead of checking the collab that I've like done with an artist you've never heard of, right? People are sitting around waiting for me and Shingo to do a track. You know what I mean? And it's not to say that the song that me and Shingo do, it's not to say that that track won't be like dope or amazing, but like, while you're waiting for the kind of the all-star team to get together, you know what I mean? Or the all-star game to come up, you missing all of these all of these regular season games, and some of these regular season games are amazing. You know what I'm saying? So like, definitely, man. Shout out to Kiyoshi. I gotta get permission from them to kind of put that song up, because I don't even think it's on streaming platforms, which is really disappointing. But I'll double check though. All right. Let's see. I missed a couple more. Chris, man, I appreciate it. Let's see. All right, going through these questions real quick. Hey, I got that one. Ready to see you in March. Hey, Calvin, I appreciate it. Thank you. Samuel, no, I won't be coming to Ohio anytime soon. What was it? I mean, all I can tell you is that if you want to really see different shows that I got coming up, you can go to songkick.com. Songkick.com. Go to Substantial. Let's search that, and then you can track me, and that'll automatically update you anytime I got events going on in your region. All right. They do a great job of just sending automatic updates roughly within a few weeks to a month or so. Like the moment the show is announced, you'll receive a notification. But then they'll consistently update you leading up to the event. And then you can write reviews about the show, let people know how you felt, and all that. All right. So definitely, that's probably one of the best way to get show updates from me. Let's see who else we got. Okay, yeah, I'd love to hear more of them. Yeah, for sure, Mugen. If I find some more information for you, I'll send it your way. Just think it would dope to be a dope spin on your already impressive discography. Hey, that means a lot, man. Thank you, Darnell. All right. Sorry I missed the live show. All good, Chris. Yeah, love finding new artists. So glad I know it. It's been one of my faves. Thank you, Mugen. You and Shingo on the track will be legendary. Hey man, we working on it. You know what I mean? Definitely keep you posted. Love your work with Kenichiro Nishihara. Thank you. Hey, here's a question for you, 626 kid. Have you heard the remix that I did? And when I say I did, like I flipped like I produced a remix of my song The Subway. And it's an instrumental that I produced, and it has Kenichiro playing like live piano on it. And a lot of people don't know that this remix even exists. It was on Recompositions if you ain't know. But I highly recommend that you check that out if you haven't. It's a different vibe from most of the stuff that I've done with Kenichiro. Because I produced this, so it's a bit harder. But it still has the crazy live instrumentation. I literally sampled a train on a train track, like the Clash sound or whatever, and that was the snare for the beat. And there's a whole lot of other dope elements too. But definitely, if you ever check that out, if you're a fan of Kenichiro, if you want to hear what it would sound like for him to produce something that's a little bit more traditional hip hop and kind of less of what he does, hear him in a different lane. I highly recommend you check that out. Let's see. What is your ultimate goal for making music? That's a great question, Calvin. I think the ultimate goal for the longest has really been to be able to provide for the people I care about most and myself consistently without having to worry. And thankfully, it gets tough sometimes. You know what I mean? That's the industry. But for the most part, I've been able to do that. And so I'm in these days, like between our business and the music, like we're solely living off of that. So, definitely, I think bigger than that, with the business that I've started, like, I want to grow the business, get to the point where we can bring in a staff of people who are like-minded and share our mission and vision and empower other artists. You know what I mean? Like put other artists in a position to do the same. That's really my goal. Like more than just making the music, but like empowering others who make music we believe in, to put them in a similar position or better. You know what I mean? So, I don't necessarily want to be a label per se, but I really just want to provide other people the tools that I've found over the years that have allowed me to do the same thing. And so that's why I travel with my company, with my partner, my wife, and do the same thing. Let's see. Thanks for the info. I'll check it out, man. Thank you. No turning back is dope. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate that, man. Cannot wait for that. It's amazing to hear that Shingo is still out here breathing. Yes, indeed. You and Cy Rock should do a song together. Well, I mean, Chris, I think Cy Rock's dope. I typically don't really reach out to like artists I don't know like that, unless like it's a situation where like, I hit up some people recently trying to like get permission to sample some of their stuff. So that's one situation where like I'll reach out to people I don't know. But I typically don't like hit up rappers like I don't know like that and haven't met to do collabs, just because it's typically a like chemistry wise or whatever, or just vibe wise, it ain't really like, it don't really do nothing for me. You know what I mean? And then it doesn't inspire me to do more of that, because I've done it before. And you don't get this, the love ain't there. You know what I mean? Like it's not like they'll, yeah, it's just not something I do like that. So if I meet her on the road one day or she in the area and I come across her, she's super cool and she with it, I'm down to make it happen. You know what I mean? Because I think she's dope. But like if it comes down to me reaching out to her to make it happen, it ain't gonna happen. You know what I mean? For years, like there's a long list of artists I could call by name who people have been saying I should do records with. And I tell people, and some of them I know, but like if they ain't really, even if I know them, if I bring it up and they seem like just kind of whatever, like they don't really seem interested in doing it, then yeah, it won't be me forcing forcing it to make it happen. I'd much rather do a track with some of the homies who y'all have never heard of, who quite frankly are doper than some of these artists who are way bigger. You know what I mean? So, this is another opportunity to help some folks who are virtually unknown get some light. You know what I mean? Calvin, you're welcome, man. All right, let's see. So wealth building skills to the community. Yeah, man. Hey, thank you, Calvin, man. That's what we all about. Apparently, it's National Pizza Day. Happy National Pizza Day. Okay. Always understand. I know Nujabes was a very private person, but now his face is known and people make fan art of him, including me, and everything of him. How would he feel about that? Um, I think, you know, I think if he was still able to be, if he was still alive, and he was still able to keep some of the mystery that he kept or whatever in terms of like a lot of people not knowing much about him. You know what I mean? Just maintaining his private life, but still getting the same amount of burn. Like if he was able to do that, I think he'd be cool for the most part. I don't think he'd be cool with. There's a lot of people who make assumptions about how he was, right? How he would feel about certain people, even how he would feel about what the artists who work with him do outside of him. Just like people have really strong opinions about stuff they absolutely know nothing about, right? And I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's out here about him that's misinformation. You know what I'm saying? But part of the problem is because people spend more time talking to people who are not connected directly to the source about him than they do actually taking the time to put spotlight on people who work directly with him to get more information from them and be able to convey it in a respectful manner. Hi. Yeah, so that's my 2 cents, man. I think he appreciates some of the love, and I think he would have a real problem with some of the fake shit that happens, right? Like, absolutely, because I definitely don't like a lot of shit that I see related to it. You know what I mean? But let me see. Probably asked this before, but any upcoming projects in the works? Absolutely. What was it? Right now, I think I'm like 1 or 2 mixes away from finishing Dirty Sneakers. Dirty Sneakers is a collab between me and an artist named T. Lucas, who's from the DMV area. He's doing most of the raps. I am doing all of the production. I rap on one track, doing the artwork for it, and where my company is helping to support him in the release of it. So that's the next thing that's dropping. That's dropping in the middle of March. Hopefully, first single was supposed to be out already, but between this event and other things that we both got going on, it's taking a little longer than planned. But that's dropping. Of course, we're gonna have singles. The full EP will drop, and then after that, will be some instrumentals as well. So that's the next project. I'm also working on my next solo album. We've been listening to beats for a while for new Bop Alloy material, and I've already did some writing for that, including Winter Breaks 2, and our next full project. So that's coming. Look, right on cue, my man T. Lucas pops up in the chat, right? He's like, dirty sneakers, right? Yeah, but shout out to T. Lucas, man. So that's in the works. It's going to be a lot of fire. I played samples of the tracks on here already. All right. Let's see what else. Yeah, kind of like you say on No Turning Back. Yeah, absolutely, Logan. Hope you got to or going to Enjoy your time in the 808 with your family. Yeah, man, we had a great time. Really had a good time. It just was not long enough. And it sucked because we lost the day because of the weather. I mean, that sucked and it was disappointing, but at the same time, we were happy to get off that plane and be safe. That was the most important part. You know, and so, yeah, man, definitely keep us in your thoughts and prayers and stuff. We still got 2 more flights to get home. So, you know, the journey ain't over yet, but appreciate the love. By the way, did that vinyl from J Soul get released yet? Been looking forward to getting it from you after I won the raffle. Nope, hasn't. I don't think he's received it yet. I'm waiting for my vinyl too, because I got my copy and yours coming, Mugen. Second in arrival, it's going to be coming your way though. All right. Let's see. Did you listen to and see the video for Redman's track, Slap the Nostalgia? That joint is hilarious. You know I am a super Redman fan, so I absolutely saw it. Video had me dying from the moment it started with my man like dropping cigarette ashes on a baby. Definitely made me made me laugh out loud several times, man. The production's dope. It's classic Redman, you know what I mean? But anyway, time to head out for dinner. Yeah, man, enjoy your dinner. Appreciate it. You know, thank you for the safe travels, love. Yeah, it's definitely a funny video. But yeah, man. Let's see if I missed. I think I called most of y'all questions. But listen, man, if y'all ain't got any other questions, I think I'm gonna get ready to dip. You know what I mean?
No, you can't.
Yeah, yeah, that joint is hilarious.
You can order.
But listen, y'all, I gotta get ready to go. Obviously, it's a lot of background noise here, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up. But yeah, man, thank y'all for tuning in. Definitely, if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel yet, make sure you do that. Love you too, Lee. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you. We'll check in with you this week too, because I know we gotta make. Was talking to Mom. We gotta make this payment for the family reunion joint. All right, Samuel, you're very welcome, man. Thank you for watching. All right, Chris, appreciate you. Appreciate you. All right, you come in. You gonna come say peace? Mommy gonna bring you so you can say peace. All right, my daughter about to say peace. My youngest, I can hear her in the background. Peace, T. Yeah, talk to you soon, brother. Oh, don't hit it. Come around. Come around. Let's see if she can get. Oh, she about to knock the whole thing down. Oh, come on. Say peace. Look, say peace. Peace. All right, y'all. We out of here. See y'all next week. All right. Peace.